Posting this blog can be quite difficult because I can get quite self-conscious, and that's why it's taken me 2 months to actually post this one. So the photo is an image of me when I swam across the lake just under 2 months ago. I had the idea when I first got to Lausanne, and it just looked like such a tempting thing to swim across. And at the same time, there was a guy, a friend of mine from school, whose son, who's got cerebral palsy, is raising money for an operation. So it seemed like the perfect combination to raise money and take on a challenge as well. Then came the planning. Crossing Lake Geneva required an international permit from France. A support team, 3 men in a boat. This is Dan, he was my lifeguard. The start, a cough, a splutter, and we're off. And then this. Greenness, nothingness, depths of 300 meters for 4 hours. Following a speck, a lead weight the guys had put off the side of the boat, believing it would get me back to where I was supposed to be going. I cannot imagine how Diane and I had felt for 56 hours doing this, when I only did it for 4. Getting back to shore was great. There was a crowd to see me from IMD, and my wife and son Alistair were there as well to welcome me back.
Peter! You're amazing, man!
Having finished the swim, I went off a few hours later to talk to my PDE coach. And we had a detailed and quite humorous discussion about my needs to be seen as a saviour, what the description of the swim was like. I described it in a very dreamlike quality. He wanted to get into exactly what the speck of weight represented, but also how emotionally charged the whole event had been. And I suddenly realized, that some of the issues I'd had, arguments at home, stress in classroom, had been perhaps linked to the effort to do this swim. And it made me understand better that sometimes I can discount the effort and make it seem a lot easier than it actually is, when in fact it really takes a toll in other parts of my life to do such things.
Peter, how was that?
My PDE also helped me to understand my strengths a bit better, like being able to swim up to a guy in the middle of a lake and ask him if I could use his boat. Not a lot of people would do that. But also, he's helped me to understand that by pushing myself to do these things, that doesn't leave space for some of the other things that I may actually think are more important. And whilst I don't have to actually not do them, I can at least balance and be mindful of the impact in the rest of my life. And that's really useful.